news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. President Bongbong Marcos has issued Executive Order Number 3, allowing the voluntary use of face masks outdoors. Let's discuss this some more with Interior Undersecretary Margarita Gutierrez, who joins us now over Zoom. Good afternoon, Yusek. Malacañang has said that this executive order will be taking effect immediately. Are LGUs already? Have they been informed? And will there be a need for separate ordinances on the matter?
Hi, good afternoon, Sean. Still beautiful as ever. So last week there was a press con with at the Office of the Press Secretary, wherein the DOH and DILG already informed the public about the recommendation of the IATF to lift the mandatory wearing of the face mask. So today there was already an executive order issued by Malacañang regarding this. So it sets already the policy as to the rules with regard to the lifting of the voluntary wearing of face masks. We have already advised our RDs to already make an advisory to the respective LGUs regarding this matter because we wanted them to support this recommendation. So now that we already have the EO, we will already be issuing MCs for this, for all LGUs.
All right, thanks for that, Yusek. Let's move on now to enforcement. About this policy, it actually stipulates that when areas are considered non-crowded, then it is okay to opt not to wear face masks. But this is largely, discretionary. Who gets to have this discretion? Are the LGUs deciding which areas are considered non-crowded?
Okay, now the executive order provides for the policy with regard to the voluntary wearing of face masks. So it should be in open spaces only, non-crowded, outdoor areas with good ventilation, with the exception of senior citizens and immunocompromised individuals who are still highly encouraged to wear face masks. Physical distancing must be observed at all times. So with these policies, then we have to continue adhering to the minimum safety and standard protocols. So LGUs are already aware of these protocols. They've already been set since time immemorial. So they should continue complying with this.
All right, and how will the government, whether national or local, be monitoring this? Will there be a need for more officials, police patrolling areas, maybe barangay officers, or are we supposed to, self-manage ourselves and exercise, again, discretion?
Of course, we are encouraging all citizens as well as our LGUs to continue being vigilant about the numbers. If there will be any increase, then of course this has to be reported immediately. In line with that, DOH and the IATF may submit recommendations from time to time if there are any increase in numbers. But then again, we always have to advise the public that we should remain vigilant. We should still observe the minimum safety protocols and standards. And although we said that it is already optional, people should be discerning as to whether or not to wear face masks with regards.
All right, so if just to clarify one thing that you said, Yusek, when cases are up, when the DOH says, hey, cases are up or we're having a surge, is it then very much possible to suspend this executive order?
There may be a possibility, but again, that will be up to the recommendation of DOH and, of course, the IATF. They will be convening on the matter and they will discuss thoroughly and deliberately as to whether or not we should suspend or not. But in the meantime, the EO remains.
All right, so definitely lots of moving parts still, again, open to change when the time arises, so a very adaptive kind of policy. Thank you so much for your time and your insights, DILG Undersecretary Margarita Gutierrez. Thank you, Yusek.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And the Philippines will be in a state of calamity due to COVID-19 for at least 3 more months, according to Malacañang. Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles said The declaration has been extended to allow continued benefits like indemnification compensation, emergency procurement, and special risk allowances for health workers. The country's state of calamity was supposed to end today, having been already extended twice in the past.
In addition to that, we're happy to announce that we are 6% away from the wall of immunity. That's why we're malakas na ang loob natin for face masks. Now, congruent to that as well, the state of calamity is extended for possibly 3 months. We will transition out of the state of calamity after further review.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Social Welfare Department has decided to close online registration for its educational cash payout, citing budget constraints. JC Cosico with the report.
A social worker entertained this crowd of educational aid beneficiaries at the Valenzuela City Amphitheater on Saturday. Some of them even brought their kids, like Wendy, who was with her 6-month-old baby.
Wala pong mag-aalaga eh. No choice eh.
Just like the previous legs of the payout, there were still individuals who walked in without receiving a text confirmation from the DSWD.
Tapos, ang sagot pa nila sa amin, maghintay. Hanggang kailan maghihintay ang tao, di ba? O kawawa naman sila.
The same situation was observed at the payout center in Sampaloc, Manila.
Liliwanagin ko ulit, ang ating pong i-accommodate ay yung may mga text po. Humihingi po ako ng paumanhin dahil yun po ang aming priority po.
96-year-old Flory Rose had no choice but to go home empty-handed.
Sana po, priority ka matatanda. Ang kailangan po, piliin ang DSWD. Yung talagang mahirap. Dahil marami po dito nagpapanggap.
The agency has been stressing that walk-ins are not allowed to avoid a repeat of the chaos that took place during the first day of the payout, while those who haven't received text confirmation may have multiple entries or application errors. On the fourth leg of distribution, the DSWD said they can no longer accommodate beneficiaries. This comes as over 2 million have already registered online.
Nalulungkot man po namin pero yung sistema po natin ay hindi na po talaga kaya yung ating pong dami ng ating mga aplikante na napilitan na po tayo na talagang isara na po yung ating online registration.
But the agency noted they are coordinating with Congress to cover more beneficiaries.
Yung hindi mako-cover po ng DSWD sa aming pong pondo, ito po i-cover na ng ating mga mambabatas, ng ating mga district representative. So umaasa tayo na mas mabibigyan po ng pansin yung mga kababayan natin na hindi po talaga makapag-online register.
Those who have not yet claimed the educational assistance may do so every Saturday until September 24. As of September 10, over 340,000 students have been accommodated, amounting to around 862 million pesos. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
Oil companies will be implementing another round of price cuts effective tomorrow. Diesel will be cheaper by 1 peso and 45 centavos per liter, and gasoline by 45 centavos a liter. Kerosene prices will also be going down by 1 peso and 70 centavos a liter. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.